And at long last, we have growth. I'm Kelly Jack. This is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack, the gaming identity persona handle of the guy behind Dyfed Rex, which was his writing persona. And this is How Not to Game, like I said, specifically the Semi-Trans sessions, and within that, the sessions known as. And I blanked for a second. I'm sorry. The knee is getting to me. It is hurting. Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game. Sorry, I just took a shower, which means I was standing on the leg, and it is not happy with me right now. But we got growth here at this. We got a new industry, and it is a new one because I have no service to it whatsoever. I'm going to have to doze a home or two to build a delivery site to it, and I don't like doing those kind of things. I'm going to do a partial rotate just to show you what I'm kind of up against. This here's the two spots that I would have to do. Is this one and this one, or this one and this one. This one, not so bad. Only 3 residents and 2 male level. This guy costs us a 5. And the one next to him costs us a double 3. So no matter which way we go, we're kind of toast. Also, we're going to have to figure out where we're going to deliver it at and what it is we're delivering. Taking a look at it, it's coming from Homely Chattel. So it's just going to be furniture. The good news is it means we get to deploy some things. And unfortunately, first we have to do that deployment. That deployment is going to initially hurt our bottom line. Fiscally, we are starting to recover. We're back up to 1.6 for the year right now, on our way to 2, but we're about to take some huge hits in new vehicles. Why do I say huge hits? Well, let's take a peek here. In the rail, under the boxed goods, which is what all this is that we're getting, we're going after the Cargosprinters, and they cost 12 grand a piece. So we're looking at 36 to 48 to more grand per train to start doing deliveries. The good news is they run along at 130 clicks an hour, so we will also have to upgrade our rail. Now, I am thinking about coming off of the supply yard and then connecting in somewhere here, which would mean an adjustment of our power lines. Good news is this is Fixit. We are allowed to do power line adjustments and things like that. The bad news is ain't gonna be cheap. So let's start with getting some roads laid in. And again, we're just going to go with the standard cobblestone roads for right now to build the first part of what's going to be a very long and arduous build for this. Quick rotate. We do have a way to get in here with just a plow. Good. We can do some land adjustments right there. Connect this up and connect like that. Now, this would let us do just a single blast to take and do deliveries. I like that, and that's the way we're going. One single blast right there. Take out one home and rapidly claim it for our needs. Quickly claim these to expand the yard. We'll just bring in whatever we bring in right here. Perfect. Setting up our stations a little bit better. And again, these are all going to be the other kind of stations, so we just did the wrong stations. We need to take and build in the black stations, the gray stations, the receiving stations. and change all of our stations to that. There we go. Now, coming from Homely Chatels, that's where the issue is going to be. Luckily, Homely Chatels does happen to have the capability to expand. We built it with that capability in mind, thankfully. So we can do the expansion, set up a outbound here, but it's only going to be a 4. We could get a 5 by coming up direct off the spur into these and then make a passenger run right here, which would make sense because we're going to need to start moving people out to this factory to support all the places Homely Chatels is now servicing. Homely Chatels workers come from Paulingfield and mostly Mallowfield. So we're going to have to do a special line. A lot of this, though, is good news. It means we can set up another station, and it's time to start upgrading our stations to hold more passengers. We're also going to go with another 128. All of these are pretty much 128s except for that one. I don't think I see any need for more than that right off the bat. Okay. That part of the expansion is dealt with. Now for the fun part. Dispatch. And dispatch is going to not like us. Why? Because we're going to see just how many of these we can run on. That gets us back up to the level, but that's an awful pricey train. That train just set us back quite a bit. I think we'll just leave it right there. 94 is a good speed for our system. We're going to do a pickup here and then a delivery up here. %, that load, and it's time to promote to a line, and the line will be the Homely what should we call it? Homely Designs for now. Hopefully there's not a company out there called that. To begin with, poor marketing choice. Unless they're actually designing intentionally ugly furniture. Launch him off and let's see what we can do. He'll be rolling and we should be good. Now we do have this guy here who's running on a road that's not up to par. Let's go ahead and upgrade this from gravel to cobblestone. Grant him some faster speeds on his run from this. Now we need to go back over and dispatch our trucks to deliver from that short distance. And for the delivery trucks, we're looking for a good box truck. I think I've only got one box truck left. Empire Dump, bulk truck. Boy, I may not even have a box truck anymore. We don't. There are no longer box trucks. How do you do find a mile without a box truck? Well, I guess we're doing a semi. So we're going to go ahead and grab an Icarus Flatnose and a good trailer. And we're going to go with maximum delivery capabilities. We're going to set him up to run from here to, here. Didn't mean to click on the house. Certain they would love it until their house is overflowing and the yard's covered. Set that up, and this is the homely relay. We're going to copy it once and send two of them off. Close this out, fast grab the choose sign, and put him right there so that they choose one of those three to pick up at. Okay, what can we do next? With that served, well, we need to look at our other boxed good deliveries. So we're going to go to lists, vehicle lists, specifically trains, and we're going to go with a new filter, the goods filter. Turn off the passenger, turn on the box goods, and let's start looking at where we can start putting these into systems. The ink ones are good for that, Badenbach, but we also have this furniture line. Let's go ahead and upgrade that furniture line. He's almost full, so we're going to tell him to go ahead and retire because we're replacing that entire train. Now that is Saggy Sofas, and Saggy Sofas is served right here at Timberland's Dispatch, so we'll be able to do this quick. One of these. There it is, one full round. He's on Saggy Delusions, so we're going to look for Saggy Delusions, Route 159. Almost there. There he is, right there. And with him dispatched, we'll be good to go for that one. That's retiring out in the field. We're going to go ahead and go to our cinder block one. Again, tell him to go deliver and retire. We're going to find him. And he works out of, if I remember right, the closest one is Cement Depot. So again, Cement Depot. There he goes. We're going to be down to 88, but that's a short run. And that one is on Cinderbach Mozzarella, which is line 6. Short scroll, so we're not going to do much other than that. Fire him away. And as each of these cargo sprinters begins taking and building up and moving those container cars around, this is going to be a lot easier. We can close the filter, by the way. Looking it over now, I'm kind of looking at it's time to see what we can do next. The nice thing is with those prices, we're going to be down quite a bit on our cost per click. I mean, let's take a look at this. Similar cargo levels, we're doing 1040. Yeah, we're going to be making some serious money on some of these now, beyond what we've been making before, which will grant us more money to take and operate, more freight, less losses. This is going to be better. We can start focusing on passenger movement after this, hopefully. All right, so this is the Octo Inc., Octo Intelligence. Octo works out of over here, and his nearest dispatch yard, let's go back to north that way, is once again good old Satellite Yard, and that's where we're going to work out of. Go ahead and retire. We're going to deliver what little you have left and make a little bit of money on you. Get those vehicles going. And he is line 113. Right there. We still have a whole slew of empty lines to deal with too, where we're either going to need to cut lines or something like that down the road. Seneca Baden books, I should say. There's another good one. Go ahead and set him up to retire. Keep him open for a moment while we, again, go to here and begin setting up a much better run for it. That is line 136. Right there. Close him out. Close him out. How are these going to work? Well, it's going to hurt initially. And we're going to do a speed run just to take and get some of this to see. But our monthlies is where we want to watch what's going to happen after initial dispatch, which is this. Are we going to break what we were at, which was almost 500,000? Not initially, but there were some dispatches that month. We're down to one last train to take and try to make money on. And that is the Badenbook Calico distribution train. Retire. And again, we're going to come from here, build that system, and we're going to look for a white line. Badenbook Calico distribution local. There he goes. And now with that set out, let us see what our finances come into. Rapidly, initially it's going to stink. Dispatch sucks, and those low profit runs suck. But let's see if this did the job and gets us to 2005, the 20-year mark, with better profits. Near as good profits that month. 423 versus 447 when we started. Part of this is the disruptions we created doing this. December 12th, and there it goes. The building of the finances. 379, we're at 96 million. We're in striking range, 20 million. That's the goal. And if we're making $1 million a year plus, we will achieve the 123. Then it comes down to what is our yearly profit. $297, not as good as I was hoping. Yearly good, monthlies leaving something to be desired, but it matches some of the lows from before, so we're still not terrible. Coming up on the end of January, let's see what we wind up with. $211. Okay, so now it comes down to what can we do to build the rest of the system up? And that we'll deal with in another episode. But the Cargosprinters are out. The Cargosprinters have begun moving. And with that, I'm Callie Jack. This has been episode 94 in our series. I'd like to thank you all for watching and have a better day than I'm having. Please